Hi, I'm Landis. Welcome to my studio. All right, Ron here. We've got a little batch of death grip finger picks we're making, and one of them I accidentally hit with a file on. I gouged a big old scratch across there. They say they have the words death grip in there, and I scratched through the word grip too much, so it's going to be polished out. So that doesn't meet our quality standards. I like to have them perfect that way. So I'm going to make another one here. Timothy's pressed me out another one. Now when they're pressed, the final pressing, we get flashing that squeezes out from the dies, and I have to trim this all up with jeweler's saw and files, little emery boards before they go to the buffing machine. So I just use this. I also use, this is about a 4/0 blade. I like the laser gold blades. I'm using the Potter jeweler's saw, which is awesome. And I understand he's going to start making these and selling them again. The metal is really thin here, so it cuts really easy. Not being real accurate because I'll trim it up with a saw, or I mean a file, after it's sawn out. And for this upper part, I can actually use a tin snip and just trim this off a little bit. Can't do it on the inner part because it's too easy to mangle it up in there. And just I'll continue with files. Clean that up. Yeah, I love this file I've got from Rio Grande. It's a half round, kind of fine cut, really cuts smooth. And just continue that all the way around until the whole thing is trimmed up. This is sterling silver, so I will reclaim all the filings that are dropping down to the floor there. Sweep it up. And I need to make a little catch drawer for underneath. I'll get a piece of leather and use that to catch it. Silver's getting up there in price again, so I want to save every little bit. Of course, these filings, we can't recycle the filings because they'll get little pieces of steel from the saw blades, and the file gets contaminated. So we don't want to put that into the fresh mix. We'll make a big bar and send. Once we get enough, we'll send it to the refiners and have it all cleaned up, traded in for fresh metal. This is one of two styles we've got now. It's pretty popular. I find the younger players like this death grip design with the skull in it. Kind of has that sort of a heavy metal kind of look to it. All the shredder banjo players like these. It started out just with the name. I came up with a name for the inner gripper teeth, and man, they really, death grip, they hold on to your finger like a death grip. That got my mind going. I thought, oh, that looked cool with a skull on it and with the name death grip. So yeah, it was just one of those things, and it kind of happened pretty quick. I thought it was a great idea. Some people really do not like the skulls though. So we will have other styles available. I have a gospel model coming up. It'll have a cross on it. We also have an economy model coming up that I'll be showing in a little bit here. Alright, got the file work down now. I'm going to use one of these little emery boards. I got this from Rio Grande, and they're flexible. And then like got foam on the inside. This is a 400 grit, and I really like these things. because you can sort of bend them around the curves. Great for contouring, you know, getting in there and smoothing these edges. So it'll take those file marks down, get them smooth, ready for the buffing machine, which will be the final finish on these. But I always like to spend extra attention to the edge of the blades. That's the business part of these picks, is where the string will be coming off the edge of these. So I don't want any kind of burrs after I get done here. They will be annealed one last time, and that annealing, the softening the metal with the heat, it will make the picks last longer, for one, because when you're playing them, you're always adjusting them, squeezing them in, and adjusting them, and you know, your finger will swell or shrink depending on the climate or the temperature that day. So normal picks will fatigue and break after a while. This makes them last a little longer because the metal is dead soft then. So they can be bent back and forth a lot without fatiguing. And also it will make it softer so they can be formed better. So this is about ready to go. Now I'll take this back to the other shop and anneal it one more time and get back and we'll show the shaping. Okay, so I've annealed it. It's really soft and bendable now. And I have to start at the ends because it's that last little bit of the curve that's kind of hard to get. So I made a special pair of pliers just for bending the ends. It's the end bender to end all end benders. And if you can see it, I put a little piece of cloth in here to protect it so I don't scratch it. And I don't try to bear down, I just trap it there a little bit and just start that end curve there. And do it to the other side. And now I'll take it to the pitch block over here. And with a big round punch, I'm just gonna get that spoon in, nice contour there. Doesn't take much. I just want to get the bend started here a little bit and you know, round out that spoon a little more to, contoured. So that's the start of it. Now I put it in here. This is silver, so I'm going to mark this 925 on the inside. And also with this big round thing here, I can get it started just by pressing it in down to the bottom there. Now I'll use my 925 stamp, and that will help actually form the blade as well. So it's got a little 925 stamp in there. Now I get to use my new tool, which I really like. I got this from Rio Grande. It's $195 for this tool, but it's awesome. It's got it's for bending rings and flat bands and so forth, but it's got a little protective liner around here to keep from mashing the teeth in, and I can just basically just put it in there and squeeze it. It's not automatic, but it does pretty well. And I just sort of work it. I don't just put it in there and squeeze it. I kind of work it around a little bit to get a nice round contour. Now what I like to do is kind of just by hand just sort of widen it out in back so it's sort of a tapered hold. It fits your finger just right. I always kind of test fit them to see how they feel. That feels about right. Feels pretty good. And now sometimes I'll take a file to this blade end if I see there's not like a real nice contour to it. There might be a little bit of a kink in. I'll try to file that out. But this one's shaped really well. It's just going to need some good emery cloth to smooth out the contour. And also this takes off any fire scale that might have happened in that last annealing. Again, I pay attention to this. And even the back edge, I like to polish this back edge here and get a really nice finish all the way around here. So there's no burr in there to mess with the tone. It's all about the tone. These thick silver blades are awesome for that. And pretty much ready to go to the buffing machine now. Okay, we're ready to buff. This is the buffing wheel. Turn it on. Go triple E. Got the rough, no, it's not rough, it's the pre-polish actually. And now I'll take it to the rouge wheel to put the final mirror finish, clean off the triple E. If it's got any residue, you don't want to contaminate the rouge wheel with it. So it's better if you're doing a batch, clean them between the wheels. That way you can keep this rouge. So from there, I'll put some oxidation in here to put a patina in it. We'll let that set, and then the final finish will be done with hand buffs. The bands don't need to be shiny like the blades, so we'll put more of a matte finish to bring out the contrast in the patina. All right, I forgot one step. Before I put the patina on, I want to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner to clean off any of the buffing residue, and this will help the oxidizer. But I put them in that way so it vibrates ultrasonically, so if I put the blades down on the basket, there's a chance that they could scratch those blades. So get the basket loaded, it goes in here, and high-tech control knob, turn that on. Leave that on for about 3 or 4 minutes and they should be clean. All right, they're done now, and we'll see. Steaming hot batch of death grip picks. Now I'll put the patina on these and they'll almost ready to ship. All right, so now I'm just putting on the patina. I just use a little of this Black Max. I get this from Rio Grande. It's not paint. This actually changes the color by oxidizing the metal. I just brush a little on where I want it. Try not to get any in the back. Sometimes I get some in the back. We have to sandblast it out. Probably should be doing this in a better ventilated area. I mean, usually only doing just one little tiny spot at a time like this, though. So, anyway, now just let those dry and we'll rub them off and they'll be ready to ship. Okay, and the last step, I just rub off the highlights. I'm using a Sunshine satin cloth, and it's got a fine abrasive on it. I can take that oxidation off the high points. Leaves kind of a satin finish on the band. Ready to ship. And finish the rest of them like that. All right, and there's a finished pair. It's ready to be shipped. One more thing, I got to test them.